In this second tutorial, I show you how to create the ground floor of the townhouse and then start on building walls. But first, we need to move the work plane down by 400 mm, the level of -0.4 meters in the ground level. Select base level and then holding down the Ctrl key, move the plane by the point on the level with 400 mm as vertical offset. Now choose the wall tool, set construction to automatically, set the height to 3400 mm, the wall thickness to 400 mm, and leave all the other settings at their defaults. Pick the intersection of axes 1 and C. Change the building method with line by specifying 2 points and mark off 2000 mm from the intersection of axes 4 and A. Build the wall with a length of 7000 and at the angle of 180 degrees. Start constructing columns. From the toolbar, select Column and then set the following properties: 3400 tall and cross-sectional dimensions of 400 by 400 mm. Place the first column at the intersection of axes A and 2. Place the second column at the distance of 2000 mm from the first column by holding down the Shift key and using the grid. Line the walls of the column with the minor grid lines as an in-construction axis. Start constructing the beams. After selecting the beam tool, set the properties of the cross-section of 400 by 400 mm and at the level of 3000 mm. The beam construction process is performed on the work plane in the following order. For the first beam, choose the intersection of axes A and 1, and then the middle of the first column. For the second beam, pick the middle of the next column. To construct the curved beam, choose Arc by specifying 3 points and then indicate the arc points. Edit the geometry of the beam to match the architectural features of the townhouse. To place the last beam at this level at axis 2, use automatically mode. Now build a wall sized 100 mm thick by 3400 mm high using object snapping. The wall for the gate and the internal partitions are built with a baseline to the right of the object setting by picking points from the left to the right. For the interior of the townhouse, to get light from the outside, windows should be added. To draw the window, use the Window tool. Set its height to 2600 mm, width to 4500 mm, and height from the base level at 400 mm. Set the window's type as triple. Snapping to the center of the wall, insert the window into the wall. Before inserting a window into the arc wall, change the width of the window in the Properties panel. With the windows placed, we can proceed with the doors. Choose the door tool and then set the dimensions of the door, including its height, width and level of the intersection. As Renga doesn't have the door style we want, choose Other as the door style. Create a custom door style named Double Swing, Glass, and then we add the panels and set their properties. To finish, click OK. With the door property set, insert it between the columns, snap to the middle of the wall. Before inserting the portal, modify its properties and then insert it. Similarly, insert the door separating the house and the garage. Build up the stairs from the ground floor. Select the Stairs tool and then set the required properties. Mark off the first point 1000 mm from the intersection of the wall and the partition point. The second point is at the intersection of partition walls. The third point of the stair is set to 3800 mm from the second point along the load-bearing wall construction. Press Enter to complete the stairs. To create railing of the stairs, use the railing pool. Choose Place on the stairs as the construction type and then specify the height of the railing and the offset from the axis. Specify the location of the stairs to insert the railings. With the tools we used earlier, create a built-in wardrobe with sliding doors and ventilation shaft. We need to move certain walls by aligning them to outer face of the column. We do this by selecting the wall with the mouse and then holding down the Alt key. Since windows and doors in the walls, they move with the walls. To make it convenient to get in the townhouse, add stairs. To create a slab on the floor, create a new tab in Project Explorer and then open Base Level. Select the Floor tool, set the thickness to 400 mm and level to 400 mm, and then proceed to pick points to define the slab. To create an opening in the slab for the ventilation shaft, use the Opening tool. Specify a thickness of 400 mm and the level of 400 mm. Draw outline of the ventilation shaft's opening. Add the entry to the garage for the townhouse new owners. Select the Ramp tool, set the properties, and then build the ramp.